Hey there, it's Helen here from helenmartinonline.com. And today I want to share with you some of my experiences from Las Vegas last week and my three biggest takeaways that I learnt from sort of the variety of speakers that I heard in Vegas last week. So if you are joining me live, please say hello, tell me where you're coming in from. If you're watching the replay later, just put the words replay down below so I can say hello to you after the live. So I just want to, hey Leslie, how are you? Lovely to see you on live. I just want to share with you a bit of my experience and why I would go all the way to Vegas from Australia for a conference. And hey Emmy, how are you? It's not something that I take sort of lightly because it's a long way from home. It's very expensive. Hey Julie, how are you? It's very expensive for me to do all the way from Australia. It takes a very long time. Hey Tamara, lovely to see you. Hey Rob, great to see you. And if you saw any of my photos on my page, you would see how long it took, and the way over, all our flights were delayed, which means we missed all our connecting flights. My husband's bag got completely damaged when we got to LA. So we ended up with a baggage claim there. They did give us some money pretty much, straight away to buy a new bag, but just totally unacceptable. So then we missed our next flight onto Vegas, and it was just a disaster. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Well, maybe I'd like a smoother trip when I travel, but, to hear 17 speakers that are very successful entrepreneurs, network marketers that are building their business online is just so worth it. And the value that I got out of being there, and it was a totally different experience for me from a year ago. And I want to share with you, I was actually presented a couple of awards on stage, and I want to share that experience with you as well. But I just want to highlight to you the difference a year can make. So I went to this conference last year on a gut feeling. So I came across a company that, I was losing team members really fast in my network marketing business. I'd done quite well, but I was losing team members faster than I was gaining them because people give up and they try, they talk to 10 people, they all say no, and then they give up. So, they go. So I was sort of really lost in how am I going to build my business if whenever I recruit, a few people, half of them end up leaving in time to come anyway. And that's when I started sort of researching my business online, and I came across this little ebook that taught me about attraction marketing, and I set up my page, and here I am talking to you now. So this company this mentorship company that taught me how to, build my business online, they had a conference last year, and I saw it pop up, and I just had a gut feeling I need to go. It's ridiculous. It's in Vegas. I'm in Australia, but I just had a gut feeling that I needed to go. So I went, I knew nobody, literally knew nobody. And, I wouldn't say it was a lonely experience. Like, my husband came with me, we met lots of people, and I was blown away by the quality of speakers. So on goes my journey. I come back home, I implement things, I learn more things, I put them into practice, I start building a following on my fan page, I start giving more value, all those kind of things, and things start to happen. So a year on, I end up back at the same conference. And so I just want to share with you that experience because a year on, yeah, Rob, I agree. When you know, like a year ago, I don't know what it was. I just said, I remember it popping up on my computer, and I turned to my husband and I said, this doesn't make sense at all, but I've got a really strong gut feeling that I need to go to this conference and I want you to come with me. And I said, it's in Vegas. And he's like, what? But I'm so glad I did, because the path that I've been on and learning how to build my business online and connecting with all you guys and giving you the value that I can in building your business online, it just is a snowball effect. So a year on, I got asked to speak on stage as one of the company's rising stars. So I spoke to one of the owners of the business, and he said, would you speak on stage? And it's like, yeah, I'd be privileged to. So that was one thing. That was awesome. So, was just to ask some questions about, our experience and what we're up to, and, advice for other people that are starting out with building their business online. So, only a year on. And I remember sitting there a year ago thinking, I need to get on that stage next year. I want to be there. Hey, Megan, how are you? And you know what? I did it. And, I was being asked to speak on stage. So that was number one, pretty awesome, I think. And that's what I'm saying. Don't ever give up, because you never know what can happen in 6 months to a year, 18 months, 2 years, all that kind of stuff. So then you won't be able to see it because it's obviously glass or very heavy plastic. I haven't quite worked out what it is. I think it's really heavy plastic. And it's engraved on the back. But this has got my name on it, and the level of sort of income that I made with the company, and the level that I'm at, I'm called a heavy hitter. So that's what it's titled. Different levels have got different names. So I was titled a heavy hitter. And this was for earning between $25,000 and $50,000 worth of income from that company in the last year. So this is aside from my predominant network marketing business, whereas, this company has taught me how to get leads, how to brand myself online, to attract people to me, to bring people into my network marketing business. So this is on top of my network marketing business. So I just want you to absorb that for a minute and the opportunities that are available to you with building your business online and what you can achieve. Now, the second one, this one here, this was given to me because I've come so far in the last year. I actually now mentor a lot of their really high level students within the company. So this is Awesome Mentor Award presented to me. Thank you for your dedication and commitment to our fast track students. And the date that it was awarded to me. So I'm being recognized sort of here with this award for being now a mentor to other people in this space. So how cool is that? Like, only a year on, I'm the student, and now I was the student and now I'm a mentor. Although I'm always a student, I'm always learning. We're always learning. But I just wanted to share that with you, to just give you some insight into what can be possible in what you can achieve in just a very sort of short amount of time. And I put a lot of pressure on myself to achieve. And I was in the corporate world for 16 years before I got to, like, my last number of years, I got to the role of general manager. And sometimes I think back and it's like, I was in that company for 16 years. And it took me a long time to get to the role of general manager. And then I look at this experience with building my business online, and I've only been in this space for about, 18 months. And I think, why aren't I achieving more? Why aren't I earning more money? Why isn't my business moving faster? And I think, how can I even compare 16 years of that versus 18 months here? So, it's really important not to have unrealistic expectations when you move into a completely different space. So network marketing might be a completely different space for you, but building your business online is a completely new skill. So give yourself time to learn those skills and grow. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you. A hire to you, more pressure. Absolutely, Rob. Yeah. So just have a great vision. You can achieve things that you don't even realize you can achieve if you just open your mind, open the doors, and just say, I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to learn. And don't beat yourself up. Like yesterday, I did a Facebook Live on a mindset topic. Like, do you really beat yourself up? Do you put yourself down for not achieving things that you want to achieve? You let go of all of that. If you missed that, go back down the feed or my website, helenmartinonline.com, and watch yesterday's Facebook Live. So get rid of all of that. Open your mind, open your heart, just open whatever you can open, and just, learn about how to build your business online the right way. So what I'm here to talk to you predominantly about today, though, is the 3 key takeaway things that I got from the conference. So 17 speakers all talking about different things, from even things like not only Facebook and social media strategies, but LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook groups, and all those things I'm going to detail in future weeks and do great training for you sort of coming up. But across the board, with a lot of the speakers that I heard, it's really interesting to note what they say, their backstory. Everybody's got a backstory, and you don't often see that. So you look at somebody and you think, oh, they're so successful, they talk so easily on a Facebook Live, they've got thousands of followers, it's easy for them. No one starts that way. Ever. No one starts online with a guaranteed following. Everybody starts with, from a zero base, and they build up from there. And what I found interesting, that a lot of the speakers have been doing this a lot longer than we realize. So you've just got to stick at it. You've got to have patience. You've got to have a vision. And Tanya Eliza, one of the speakers, said, I'll give you the secret to success. So she's been at this online game for about 8 to 10 years, I think. And I didn't even know that. I just thought she'd only been online for a few years. So at minimum 8 years, I think. And she said the secret to success is consistent action. Nothing else. You don't have to be a guru. You don't have to be the smartest tool in the shed. You don't need to know all the information there is to know. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to consistently take action online. And as long as you consistently take action, you'll win. So just take, does that make sense? Because that is something that reappears over and over and over and over again from all different people that I speak to. Consistent action, consistent action. So you don't need to know all the answers. You don't need to put pressure on yourself saying, who's going to listen to me? I'm not successful enough. I don't make much money yet in my business. I don't have anybody in my business. I don't have many customers. Who's going to listen to me online? You just consistently take action and show up and give value, and success can happen for you. So the 3 things that I want to share with you, I shared this training within the community of the conference, and the conference was by a company called Elite Marketing Pro, and they are a mentorship company full of network marketers, and the leaders are they're 6, 7 and 8 figure network marketers teaching other network marketers how to build their business online. So the conference was all about modern network marketing online strategies. So how do you build a network marketing business in the modern world? How do you build a network marketing business with all this social media that's available to us through Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube, all the different avenues? How do we do that online? So it's a really amazing conference with all that sort of kind of content. So after the conference, I did a training like this on a Facebook Live just for that community on what I'm about to talk to you and share with you today. But a lot of you wouldn't be involved in that community and wouldn't have heard that training. So if you are in that community, you might have heard this before. And just a side note, if you would like to know more about that community and where I started and, the little attraction marketing training that I started with that company, free training, just drop the word training down below so I can share that training with you, and you might be able to start your journey in attraction marketing and building online, the way I did about a year ago. So the 3 key takeaways from the different speakers from that conference. 1, you must find your own voice online. So what we do when we go online, we often have a lot of doubts and go, I'm not successful enough. I don't have a big team. I don't have many followers. Who's going to listen to me? So we listen to other people and we try to duplicate what they do and replicate what they do. And we try to put this presence online that we know everything and that we're confident, and really underneath we're not. That's not being authentic and real. So if you're starting your journey online, tell people you're starting your journey online. All you need to do is learn something, turn around it and teach it to others, and you'll find your own voice. And does anyone know, anyone that's here with me live, what is the fastest way, do you think, that you can find your voice online? Any ideas from anyone that's on with me live? What do you think one of the quickest ways is that you can grow your audience, engage with your audience, and find your own voice online? I don't know if anyone's going to pop up with anything here, and there is a slight delay, but I'll just wait for a second until I answer that. But basically, you just need to be you. Take the pressure off yourself. Be authentic is 1. And what kind of action are you going to take, Leslie? Yeah, Tamara got it. 10 points, Tamara. Rob, be yourself, be authentic. Rob, Leslie, you're on the right track. Absolutely. But Tamara, going live. Going live on, a self-branded Facebook page. You can go live on a personal page, but you need to be very careful about what you're talking about, and you certainly don't want to push your products or your company, on your personal page. But just go live. Go live is when people get to hear you, see you, know that you're genuine. There's a lot of people online, and not everyone's genuine. So the only way that people can really work that out of you and whether they like you and connect with you is when you go live and you show people your authentic self. So Leslie, yes, you're authentic, be authentic. And Rob, you said it, you just be yourself. So when you let the guard down and not try to be somebody that you're not, and you genuinely find your own voice and you're just real and you make mistakes, and like some of you might have been on that live a couple of weeks ago, and I got to a point in the live and the piece of paper that I needed was in my kitchen and I left my own Facebook live. I'm like, guys, just hang out for a second. The notes that I need are not here. And I ran away from my own Facebook live and then came back again. Like, who cares? The more human and real that we are, the more people trust you. So you must find your own voice online. Don't try to copy what other people do. Use it as guidance. Listen to somebody's Facebook Live and use their content, but make it your own. Put your own voice behind it and be, authentic. Absolutely, Emmy, you've got it there. Go live. So going live is the fastest way that you can find your own voice. Now, if you haven't started your own self-branded Facebook page and you're only sort of concentrating on a personal Facebook page, then that can be really nerve-wracking because now it's all your friends and family sort of watching you. And I find that people that only use their personal Facebook page get really, really nervous about that. So content-wise, you have to be really careful of that. And it also can, really sort of build your nerves. It actually can work in reverse for some people as well. But when you set up a self-branded Facebook page, you're there for a purpose. You're there to help people with a certain thing. And you can just authentically talk about that and give value on that. Over time, you'll find that gets really easy. So going live is the key to finding your own voice. Number two, you've got to be willing to fail forward. So people are very scared of failure. People don't take action because they're scared of making mistakes. People don't go live because they're scared of looking like an idiot. People don't go live because they don't really know what to talk about. People don't go live because they haven't prepared their content ahead of time. So you've just got to be willing to fail forward. The only way I've achieved what I have in a year, from last year's conference to this year's conference to getting on stage and getting presented 2 awards in 12 months, is because I'm not afraid to fail forward. You know how many things I've done online that haven't worked? Like, it's just trial and error, trial and error, trial and error. One thing, when I joined the mentorship company and was learning how to build my business online, I was waiting to be told what to do. So I'm like, okay, I'm here, I'm ready to learn. I want to learn how to build my business online. Tell me what to do. You can't rely on being told what to do when you build your business online. You've got to be willing to try your own things, find your own voice, do your own lives, create your own content. Just trial and error, trial and error, trial and error. That's when you learn. That's when you work out what works, what doesn't work. So the faster you can fail forward, the faster you're going to find success. If you're too scared to fail, if you're too scared to do things because you lack confidence or whatever it is, you're just going to be holding yourself back from your own journey. If you hang on to the things like I talked about yesterday in my Facebook Live regarding, fear and beating yourself up and putting yourself down and all that kind of stuff, if that's what's stuck up here, you're not going to fail forward because you're going to be too scared to take the action even to succeed or fail. So Leslie, I've done a couple of Facebook Lives on my fan page. Woohoo! And I found it was easier than I thought it would be. So glad to hear that, Leslie. That's amazing. And I think we put so much pressure and build up into what if I look like an idiot? What if I say the wrong thing? What if I mumble my words? All that kind of stuff. But you get on there, and if you treat it like talking to a friend, if you treat it like, and if you stuff up, it actually doesn't matter. Like, take that fear out of it. It is actually easier than you think it is. And if you make a mistake, honestly, it just makes you more real. When you are more real, you are more relatable. When people get on Facebook Lives and they look perfect and they act perfect and they talk about perfect topics and they deliver it perfectly, most people sit there and go, I couldn't do that. That's not me. I don't look like that. I don't put that much makeup on every day. I can't be bothered. I don't speak fluently like that. I can't do that. So it's actually harder for people to relate to the person because there's so much distance between that perfection and themselves. The more real you are, the more people sort of relate to you and go, I can do that. That's not so hard after all. Katrina, fail forward is super scary. Yes, it is, especially for a perfectionist. I get you, Katrina. That feeds into what you spoke about earlier. I am a self-professed, proclaimed, recovering perfectionist, and I've had to overcome that to go into fail forward because, I used to do this all the time in the corporate world. Like if I was creating a document or a report or something to go to government or a product that I was creating for, the members of our organization or whatever it was, I needed it to be perfect. And I would reread and proofread and, whatever. And honestly, I spent way too much time on things trying to make it perfect. Whereas what mattered to me, even like, how does that look visually? Oh, no, that's not all aligned. And, that grammatically doesn't sound right. No, nobody really actually cares like we think they do. Nobody cares as much about you or what you're producing or what you're doing than you think. Am I saying that the right way around? So at the end of the day, we just put way too much pressure on ourselves to be perfect, but chasing perfection only ever holds you back. Have you felt that, in yourself, Katrina, or anyone else watching live or even on the replay? Have you felt, just put the word yes down below, that striving for perfection is actually what's held you back from taking the action? Or, and that's when the doubt kicks in. It's like, well, what if they don't like what I say? What if they, think I'm an idiot? All that kind of stuff. It just holds you back. So you just want to let go of perfection and just learn, fail forward. Don't be scared to fail forward. Okay, so that was number 2. Number 3, building relationships. So the one thing I see a lot with people wanting to build their business online is that they think, it's easy now. I'll just put up a fan page and I'll reach out to people and then they're going to want to join me in my business and, they'll just all flock to me and I'll get thousands of followers and it's going to be really easy. If there's one thing I've learned over the last year, where I've had majority of my success, where people have actually bought products off me, where people have actually gone into my business is after I've built a relationship with them. So building a business online enables us to grow and capture a cold audience of perfect prospects. That's the beauty about building your business online. You're not talking to family and friends or people around you that you think, I wonder if I should talk to them about my business. I wonder if I should approach them about my products. They gave me awesome customer service. I really should talk to them about whether they'd like to do a business on the side. All that kind of stuff. So that's all the stuff running through your head. When you go online, you can eliminate all of that. Because you can go Facebook, find me my perfect prospects and I want them to be male, female, live here, whatever, and they need to be interested in network marketing or, makeup or weight loss or whatever it is, and you can bring those perfect people to your page. So that's step 1, and that's the power of building your business online, leveraging the internet and getting the cold audience to you and attracting thousands and thousands of people to you that you just ordinarily can't do when you're in your own town, city, wherever it is that you live. So that's the beautiful part about it. Where people let themselves down is they're like, okay, I've attracted all these people and now they're just gonna, the build it and they will come. They won't come unless you build, they might get there, but they're not going to buy anything off you. They're not going to, go into business with you or buy any products off you unless they know, like, and trust you. And how do you get that? You build relationships. So and any of you guys that are on live with me now, hopefully you know how much I care about the people that, deal with me in any way and that I like to build relationships with people before anything. I'll give lots and lots of value before I offer anything, else out to you. It's building a relationship and giving you value and helping you with what you need before whatever it is I need. So building relationships, network marketing is all about networking. Predominant word in network marketing. Where a lot of people get network marketing wrong is they know nothing about marketing. So networking is about building relationships. So whether you do that online or offline, that is still a critical component to your business, building relationships. So you might meet people online, but you've still got to build a relationship with them. So how do you do that? Get them into Messenger. Get them in a group. Start a group and building relationships there. Build a community. Start a conversation with somebody. Take it off your page and into Messenger. Offer to chat to somebody. I speak to people on Zoom calls all the time for free. I offer often. Would you like to have a chat? Are you struggling with building your business? Would you like to build your business online? I'm happy to have a chat. Anyone listening to this live, if you want to have a chat with me about what I've done to achieve what I have in the last year, just drop the word chat. I'll get on a Zoom call with you and I'll chat to you. I give value and I build relationships. That is critical to building your business online. So that is a component that a lot of people miss with building our business online. You still have to connect with people. You still have to get people to know, like, and trust you. And how you do that is build a relationship with them through Messenger, through Facebook groups, through chatting to people through Zoom or Skype, or if you're in the same country, it helps. You can do FaceTime or Messenger video chats or all those kind of things. Zoom works well for me because I'm in Australia. I'm on the other end of the earth to most of the people that I talk to. But that's all good. You just find a way that works for you. Emmy, chasing perfection holds you back, yes, and stops you from being yourself, yes, because you are focused on being perfect rather than being yourself. Absolutely, Emmy, you've nailed that. When we strive for perfection, you know what that is? It's all about ego. You don't want to look bad. It took me a while to work that out. But striving for perfection is that you don't want to look bad. And I remember when I was general manager in the corporate world and my documents had to be perfect and my submissions to government had to be perfect and documents that I'd do for staff or members or whatever, everything had to be perfect. And when you really think about why does it need to be perfect? Because I don't want to look bad. I don't want people to critique my stuff and go, well, that was crap. That wasn't any good. That document was awful. That submission didn't make sense. We put so much pressure on ourselves, but it's all to do with our ego. So, and you're not really being yourself. You're chasing your ego and you're just worried about what people think about you. You're worried about, getting negative feedback. That's what perfection is. So when we learn to let go of ego and come from a place of really helping other people and giving value, so giving to others before we think about ourselves, that's when things start to change. That's when success starts to happen. That's when people get to know, like, and trust you because you're actually more real. So thank you for your comment. That was awesome. Katrina, the relationship is key. We're in network marketing. Networking, building relationships. So whether you're building your business online or offline, you've still got to build relationships with people. And Rob, you totally agree. So thanks for your comment there. So they're the three biggest takeaways across all the speakers with all the different value that they brought, whether they were talking about Facebook, social media, LinkedIn, YouTube, all sorts of different things. We talked about bots. So that's something else I'm going to, some of you may not even know what bots are, but I'll talk about that as well. There were so many different ways that you can build your business online. But behind all of that, you need to find your own voice. You need to be willing to fail forward. Just try things. Even if that doesn't work, it doesn't matter. No one that was on stage at that conference has not failed in some way. Some of their stories actually, I actually, and the audience, we cried like a number of times for people's backstories, like how badly they were off and some of the failures that they had before they got to where they go. And I'm a bit strange with failing forward now. Certainly wasn't where I was and striving perfection, but now I'm not scared of failure because every time something doesn't work, it actually makes me a better teacher and a better mentor to others. So I don't really care about rising through to the ranks, going from bottom to top in 12 months. Like, I consider my journey quite good in the last 12 months, but there are certainly people that have surpassed me and making a lot more money than me and got a lot more followers online, and they do it really quickly. But those people, I think, miss critical components of what the average person is going through. How hard it is to build your business online and grow a following. So I'd rather battle with it a little bit, try things. Oh, that didn't work. At least I can warn other people. And that's what makes me sometimes a pretty good mentor to other students, because I'm like a year ahead of them and I can go, yeah, I know exactly how you're feeling. I did that and it didn't work, but I did this and it did work. Try that. So, failing forward makes you a much more valuable teacher and mentor to others. And that's what you are when you go online and you give value. You're caring and teaching and giving value to people about something. So that's something. It could be network marketing, could be building your business online, it could be weight loss, health and wellness, it could be makeup tips, it could be insurance, it could be whatever it is that you do in your business. It could be any variety of those things. But whatever you give value in, some things will work and some things don't, but just that number 2 is critical. Don't be afraid to fail forward. It's all part of the journey, and it actually, you're better off for failing forward. And I can't remember which guru it is, but it says the quicker that you can fail forward, the faster you will get to success. And striving, perfection and ego and all of that kind of stuff, it holds you back from failing. And you actually, I don't look at failure as a bad thing anymore. I used to. And we're brought up, generations, you didn't win the sports day race. Better luck next time. You came second, not first. So when we don't win, society sort of tells us that we've failed. So if you don't do really well in business, you're a failure. If you don't win the race, you failed because you didn't win. That's totally wrong. And that's where society, we get brought up with that. So we think that when something doesn't go well, or we sort of fail at something, it doesn't go well, that it's really, really bad. Failure is not bad, guys. Failure in the entrepreneurial world, building a business online, is really good for you. So please don't be scared of failing forward. It'll actually help you in the long run. It'll help you get to where you want to go a little bit faster. Emmy, you're 100% great. Awesome. Leslie, you are a great mentor. Oh, thank you, Leslie. That's very kind of you, to say that. I really appreciate that comment. Failure is just another way of moving forward. Absolutely, Rob. And when we can look at it that way, you get rid of all the mindset crap that goes on in our mind about failure. I'm not good enough. All the stuff I spoke about yesterday. You beat yourself up because you set a goal and you didn't achieve it. Or you said you were going to do this, so by this time next month, I would have recruited this many people or that many customers, or I would have done X amount of Facebook Lives, or whatever it is you're doing offline and online, whatever strategies you're doing, and you didn't achieve it. So then you beat yourself up about it. That's what yesterday's live was all about. So when you can look at that and go, look, that's not wrong. I'm not going to make myself wrong. That was what was. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it behind. I didn't achieve what I wanted to, but it doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't mean because I didn't do the Facebook Lives that I said I was going to do, I'm not going to die. It's not like I'm not failing and getting sick and, the world is over. It didn't happen. So, okay, start again. It's okay. So, fail forward. At least you can say you've tried things instead of not trying at all. Awesome, Emmy. Unless you try things, you never know. So, I've tried things that haven't worked and I've tried things that have worked, and it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. But unless I tried, how would I know? So when you hold yourself back from trying, you'll never know. And that's the worst place to be. What's that saying? Well, there's a couple of sayings. It's better to have tried and failed than never tried at all. It's better to have loved and lost than never loved at all. You understand that sort of way of thinking. And believe me, the people that are successful, all those speakers on stage that I listened to at the conference, they've failed many times. And without the failure, they wouldn't have the success. So totally right. Leslie, I listened yesterday and had some of those thoughts today and remembered what we were talking about and used positive talk to get myself out of it. Yay, Leslie. And the powerful thing there, Leslie, and why I talk about the mindset topics like I did yesterday, is to raise our level of awareness of how we talk to ourselves. So that's really powerful, Leslie, because you've thought something and you've already pulled yourself up on it. That's when you can change bad habits. So normally our bad habits is we talk down on ourselves, we beat ourselves up for the things that we haven't done, and that's just our normal. But you've now got a level of awareness of, that's a bad thought, it doesn't make me feel good, I've got to turn that around. So proud of you, Leslie. That's the way you change your life. being aware of those kind of things like I talked about yesterday. So that's so awesome. Rob, not everything is going to work. Absolutely. Absolutely. But we don't know unless we try. Okay. So was that valuable for you today? Find your own voice, fail forward, build relationships. That's the 3 key takeaways with all the speakers that, you know, they've sort of done in their own way. So that's really, there's strategic side of that and there's the technical side of that. The strategic side of that, find your own voice. How do you do that? Key Facebook Lives. That's the sort of the tactical side of it. Fail forward. That's strategic in knowing that it doesn't matter. I need to let go of my ego and be willing to fail forward. How do you do that tactically? You try different things. That includes Facebook Lives. It includes creating a self-branded Facebook page. It includes taking action tactically with building your business online. The last one, building relationships. That's a strategy. Tactically, how do you do that? You take, talk to everybody that talks to you on your page. You always comment back. You have conversations in Messenger. You get people on Zoom calls. You give value, you know, all those kind of things. So there's strategic and tactical elements to these 3 things that I've mentioned today. So tomorrow, I am going to share with you one of the speakers. The topics, the heading of the topic was called 5 Steps to a 6-Figure Business. 5 steps to a 6-figure business. So I'm going to bring you what she shared from that training that she brought us to on stage in Las Vegas. That's what I'm going to deliver to you tomorrow on my Facebook Live. So stick around. It will be this time again. I'll put up a reminder on my page later today because I've got all sorts of webinars and live things that I'm doing this week. So my Facebook Lives are a little bit earlier this week so I can fit everything in. But join me tomorrow at the same time I was today to learn about 5 steps to a 6-figure business. Okay? So those of you that are on with me live, love you guys, love your interaction. I really appreciate you listening and commenting, and I hope you've learned something from today's live. And just ever so grateful for you guys being here. It's so cool to be back. I've actually missed going live. Yeah, send me some likes and loves. Thank you, Rob. That's really cool. I've missed going live, the last week while I've been away. So it's so cool to be back and interact with you all again. And I look forward to delivering you lots more cool value over the next, couple of weeks with everything that I learned in Vegas. So I hope that, you'll find that really helpful. So I will see you the same time tomorrow for that topic, 5 steps to build a 6-figure business. So I will talk to you then. Bye.